Hi YouTube! I'm coming at you crazy happy and I want to share why. This is my camera. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I'm going to share with you some photos of me holding cameras all over the world, but those were all 8 years ago. This is the first time I have even held a real camera in close to a decade. So today we're going to talk a little bit about technology and a lot about testimony, about trauma, healing, and some incredible things that God is going to show me and you through this lens. So I'm going to grab my boots and head outside so I can show you the things that he showed me this morning. The very first pictures, my first 15 minutes holding a real camera in 10 years, just about. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I promise you I won't stop grinning like this anytime soon, and I can't wait to show you what's right outside that door. So let's go. We're about to head outside so I can show you the first pictures taken with this beautiful brand new Canon camera. But first, let's talk a little bit about lenses. The first lens that I put on my new camera is a Canon 100mm L series lens. This is a macro lens, and this is the Mac Daddy of all macro lenses. This thing is amazing, as you're about to see. But my philosophy about choosing lenses has changed in the last 10 years. When I was working as a photographer before, 2007, 2008 until 2012, I think I may have shot a couple photos in 2013, but nothing of note and nothing that sticks in my memory. At that time, I chose lenses based on what my job required. I was a photographer in the military, I was a professional freelancer, and I always had a camera in my hands. So the question was, what do my clients want? What do my employers expect? And what lenses and tools do I need to fit their vision? This time around, it's all about me. It's all about ministry, it's all about God, and about what He wants me to share with the world. So the question that I asked in choosing this macro lens as my first lens, which is a little bit of an unusual choice, the more common tendency is to go towards something that's a little bit broader base with a wider range. But that's the most interesting view of the world to me. Given the choice in a dynamic photography situation, I hit the dirt and I love to see what the world looks like looking up from the ground, from that close-up, in-your-face viewpoint. I want to be in the face of the world and just roll around in it, wrap myself in it. I want to know every single thing about it. I want to see every single thing about it. That's my point of view. That's what I'm passionate about. That's the perspective and frame of reference that God has given me. So the tool that I need to share that point of view is this incredibly beautiful, best on the market macro lens. So yeah, it's kind of an odd choice for a first lens. But I can't wait to see the world revealed through it and share every shot with you. So for real this time, let's head outside so you can see the first pictures from this camera and how I got them. Let's go.
All right, so let's get into it and let's explore this incredible, amazing, game-changing lens. First of all, when I walk outside, this is what I see. Those are my boots trucking through that clover. And that clover is beautiful. I love the color, I love the shadows, I love the fact that I'm actually moving through it. It's part of my existence right here in this moment, and I want to know everything about it. If you are extremely intellectually curious to the point of being obnoxious by some standards, and you have a tendency to hit the dirt when you're photographing something, you want to get right in the face of the world, then a macro lens is an excellent choice for you. Now, the last time I set up a kit was before I went to Afghanistan in 2010, and this particular lens, the 100mm by Canon L series, was new on the market. I have never shot with one, so This foray out here was my first 15 minutes with this lens ever, and the first time I've had a real camera in my hands in about 8 years, so it's an exciting day. I think the key to being a successful macro photographer is that willingness to just dive in. I mean, you got to get into it. You got to get on the ground. You got to get in the face of stuff. You really, really need to practice your focusing skills. This is a thing that struck me the most as I'm coming back. My hands shake a little more than they used to, and that made it difficult. I had to snap off a few rounds to get this particular picture of dew on clover that I'm about to show you. I did put a UV filter on for the duration of this shoot, and the 100mm lens takes a 67mm filter. If you're in the market for gear, I will drop some links to what I'm using today in the description box below. Feel free to pick them up, and thank you so much for helping me out. What I did here is I dove into this clover because it was literally right under my feet, and it was as good a place to start as any. Then I walked about 10 feet the other direction and simply set up camp. Sat down, looked around to see what I could see. Cats were around, I've got a bunch that live in the barn, and the hay really struck me. I loved the texture of it. I loved the way it was moving just a little bit in some of the bales in this wind that we had that kicked up. And I wanted to see how this lens was going to capture such strong variations in light and such fine detail. So took a few more steps, trucked on over to the barn, played for a few more minutes, and here are the results. Here's what I want to leave you with. If you have a creative gift, a talent, a predisposition, or even an unexplored interest, don't let it go. Use those gifts and talents and interests and inclinations for the glory of God. Use those gifts to dive into His environment. And if it's a type of media like photography, where you can share those things that He's revealing to you with the world, don't hesitate and don't delay. Walk outside right now. If you're watching this because the 100mm L series Canon lens is your dream lens, awesome. Walk outside with your phone. And if you don't have a phone, walk outside with a pencil and a pad of paper and sketch. But you get the point, right? Look at this world. Look at what He has made. Go capture it, smell it, touch it, roll around in it, and go share it to believers and non-believers alike for the glory of God. In His holy name we give thanks. Thank you for being here with me today. I can't wait to show you what we photographed next. In the meantime, have a happy day.